Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am sharing with you a foundation routine that I have been reaching for a lot these past few weeks. The whole concept behind this foundation routine is just very effortless, flawless, and a poreless finish. I just felt like I had never done a routine that kind of showed how I go through steps to achieve a look that is going to help minimize the appearance of fine lines and pores, and I think that's what everyone kind of strives to achieve with their foundation routine, no matter what age you are. So these are just some products that I use on a daily basis that just help to give me that very smooth, poreless finish, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Feel free to leave me any questions down below that you may have, and let's get into the look. So you definitely want to make sure that your skin is moisturized, because if your skin is very dry or flaky, your pores are going to be a little bit more noticeable. So I have already moisturized my skin. I use the Mario Badescu Collagen Moisturizer with SPF 15, and then I also use the Mario Badescu Eye Cream. So just make sure your skin is really hydrated. Even if you have oily skin, it's very important to moisturize, and your foundation is just going to go on a lot smoother. So I don't just want this tutorial to be suitable for large pores. I also wanted to kind of target fine lines and wrinkles, and this is a really interesting product that I have discovered, and it is the NARS Instant Line and Pore Perfector. It basically looks like a chapstick, and I really like using this underneath my eyes where I'm starting to develop fine lines. This little thing right here is also very good for mattifying your skin, so if you get oily in certain places around your T-zone, this is a really good product to add in those areas. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of this underneath my eyes to prevent my fine lines from showing up underneath there. Favorite pore minimizing primers is the Benefit Porefessional. This is just a really great minimizing balm. It's a little bit thicker than a regular primer, so it lays over your pores really nicely, fills them in great. So this is one that I would highly recommend. If the Porefessional is not in your budget, the L'Oreal Miracle Blur is very similar. It's a bit thicker, but it still has the same concept, and it still shows up on the skin really nicely. So I like applying just a small amount of Porefessional to my cheek area and also on my forehead. I've already placed some on my cheeks, so I'm just going to rub some in on my forehead. I want to share a few options for foundations because obviously everyone's skin is going to be different, and a lot of you probably already have that one foundation that you feel makes your skin look just smooth and flawless, but I want to share a few with you. Obviously one of my favorites is the Bare Minerals Bare Skin. This is going to be more targeted toward if you have a drier skin type. One from the drugstore that I really love, it's just a very natural finish, not too matte, not too dewy, is the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup. This one is just really it's just really natural and really beautiful. It doesn't enhance the pores. It sits on the skin really nicely. If you're more into like a tinted moisturizer finish or a lightweight finish, MAC Face and Body, you guys know I definitely love this one. It's a very thin, lightweight formula that you can build up. It does not seem to enhance my pores at all, so I really love this one. And one of my all-time favorites, which I don't mention on my channel a lot just because this shade hasn't been matching my skin lately, is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum foundation. You can get Bourjois from ASOS, the clothing website. They actually have a European makeup section that you can actually purchase from, and they ship to the US. So this is where I got my Bourjois foundation. This is just a beautiful finish. I mean, I have no complaints about this. Again, it's not very dewy, but it's not ultra matte. It's just that really nice, just kind of flawless, natural finish. And what I will actually be using today is something that is new to me, but I have used it already, and it's just very beautiful and natural on my skin. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Compact Foundation. This is my first ever experience with a compact foundation, and this is just so beautiful, so lightweight, hides imperfections, but still evens out your skin tone. So this is the one that I'm going to be using today, and I think that this will be great for all skin types. It's just a very creamy formula. It doesn't look dry or cakey on your skin. So this is the one I'm going to stick with today. So starting out with foundation, I'm taking my Radiant Creamy Compact. I'm in the shade Ceylan. It is spelled C-E-Y-L-A-N. So it looks like Ceylan or Ceylan. I did look up the correct pronunciation, and I believe it's Turkish, and the pronunciation is Ceylan, like J-A-Y. So this is the shade I am if you think you are, similar to my complexion. And I'm just going to be taking an Up and Up foundation brush. This is like a total just 180 for me because I never use flat foundation brushes, but this applies the cream foundation super nicely to my skin. So I'm just going to start out by applying the foundation where I need it most, which is really around the center of my face. Like I mentioned, not everyone is going to be used to a cream foundation. I certainly am not, but I'm very comfortable with the way that it lays on my skin. I don't feel like it enhances my pores at all, and it just gives me a really nice smooth finish. I actually don't even have to set this if I don't want to. I will be today for this tutorial, but for my certain skin type, which is very dry, this foundation works really, really nicely. So again, just use a foundation that you're comfortable with and that you feel does the best job of minimizing your pores. To bump up the coverage just a little bit, I'm going to be taking again my foundation and just a damp beauty blender and just applying this again a little bit around the center of my face. Give you guys a close-up look of what the NARS Radiant Creamy or Radiant Cream Compact looks like on my skin. As you can see, it doesn't enhance any lines, any pores on my face. My most porous areas are throughout my cheeks right here. So this is just a really nice radiant foundation that's super lightweight but does give great coverage, and I don't feel like it enhances my pores at all. For concealer, I have two options that I use quite frequently. My favorite concealer right now of all time for any type of look, I never have to worry about this concealer creasing on me or enhancing my pores, is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. And this is a very lightweight whipped consistency. It blends into the skin so nicely. Like I said, I never find that it creases on me, and I never find that it enhances my pores or settles in my pores. So this is one that I would highly, highly recommend. I definitely love it. From the drugstore, I really like the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. The reason I like this one is because it's a very thin liquidy consistency. I definitely try to stay away from like thick crayon formulas. Those always seem to enhance my pores and fine lines, but this one I feel blends into the skin really nicely, and it's just really lightweight. It also has brightening properties to it. So this is one that I reach for a lot from the drugstore. I think the overuse of concealer can definitely enhance your pores a lot more than if you were to just use a regular amount or a smaller amount. So I try not to go overboard on my concealer. I'm going to use the Radiant Creamy today, and what I do is I just put 3 kind of medium-sized dots underneath my eyes. And then after I blend this in, if I feel like I need more, then I will go back in with more. But always start out with less. I like to use my finger for this because I feel like it does blend it into the skin the best. But always start out with less product, and then if you want more, you can go back later on and definitely add more. But I think the kind of key with like a poreless, kind of natural, everyday look is less is more. And that's definitely kind of the route I feel like I've been taking recently with my makeup. It's just, I've been trying to do less, and I think that that really kind of inspired me to do this tutorial. If I said there was one necessity product throughout this tutorial, this would definitely be it. This is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Powder. This is a high definition finishing powder. This is in translucent. They also have, I believe, blush and bronzers that are in this formula. But this is basically a very lightweight finishing powder. I cannot tell you guys how dramatically this will reduce the appearance of your pores. I mentioned this in a previous video. I thought this was just kind of like a knockoff for Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. it's not. The formula is so different. It literally blurs your imperfections, fine lines, pores. I mean, and you don't even need a lot of it. So if I were to tell you to buy one thing from this tutorial, it would definitely be this powder. It is just absolutely amazing, especially for the under eye area and where you're more porous. Like I said, that is throughout my cheeks here. So what I like to do is take the Real Techniques contour brush, and I like to first start out by setting where I applied that concealer. I think I'm gonna have to get a new concealer shade because it appears this one is getting too dark for me. But I just like to pat that underneath my eyes and set underneath there to make sure there's no creasing throughout the day. And then what I like to do is just kind of move down and go toward the cheek area. For me, it's not really a necessity to set my entire face since I do have pretty dry skin, but you are more than welcome to use this in all of this powder on your entire face because it's just gonna make you look flawless. I'm not even joking. I've never been like astonished by a translucent powder like I am with this one. Okay, the next step you guys are probably going to laugh at me at, but again, I just cannot tell you how great this powder is for minimizing pores. I actually take the IT Cosmetics powder, and if you use loose powder blushes or loose powder bronzers, mix in this powder with those bronzers and bronzers and blushes, and that will just further make your skin look so much more smoother. So I'm using Bare Minerals A Little Sun Matte today as my bronzer, and what I'm going to do is mix in a bit of the IT Cosmetics powder with this, and it's just gonna look airbrush. That's all I can say. I just mixed my blush in with the IT Cosmetics powder. Today's tutorial. I hope this helped you find some new products that may help to minimize the appearance of your pores, or just give you some ideas for some new products to use in your foundation routine. I have definitely been loving this kind of minimalistic, poreless foundation look, and I hope you guys did too. If you have any recommendations for me on products that you use to minimize the appearance of your pores or fine lines or wrinkles, definitely leave those down in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!